Hi everyone, welcome to Recrafted Boutique. We are here to do another page in our black and white Just Because book. And I've had an idea that I want to do. Not sure if it's going to work, but I'm going to have a go anyway. And you know me, I'm going to do it with you. So what I thought was I'd make a window. So what I need to do is cut this. I've got two pieces and I'm going to cut them. And I'm going to cut like a window frame out of my... I just went, oh, I bet that would look really cool if I made a window. And then, of course, you know, off I go in my own little world of oddness. And I thought, oh, so what I'm planning is, see what size I'll make this. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not going for perfect. One side, one the other side. And I'm going to cut that bit out as well. I'm thinking maybe I could actually stitch this one down first. That might work. I know it's double the work, but it may help just in case it moves. So I'm very quickly, I might stitch around the inside so that it's quite close. Do I want to do that sort of stitch? Now I am a bit short on the old white cotton, so I'm using whatever this is, mending cotton. It's just an old pack that I've found, probably at the scrap store, could have been the car boot, but I usually get most of my stuff from the scrap store. So I'm trying really hard not to go through to the next side. I'm going to turn the book because that would make it easier. And I think this should work. Oh yeah, it's going to work. Well, that's not very straight, is it? Do you know what? I'm not going to cut it. I'm just going to go with it. Just going to go with it. I might go a bit closer to the edge. Go all the way around this bit. I'm going to obviously have to do around this again. But this way, at least it won't move when I try and cut out the centre. And I wanted a window. And then, of course, I'm going to have to do something on that page for it to go through to, which would be quite cool. Because I haven't thought of that yet. But something will, you know, pop into my head. I just sat down with my pieces. What am I going to do, I thought. And I've got these two little squares. And I went, oh, they would be cool. I'd make a window. And that's how it started. Just like that. And I think the more you play with the project, the more, you know, these ideas just pop into your head. Right, I think that will be it. Pretty neat on the other side as well. But I'm going to be covering that up anyway, so it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter whether it was messy or neat or anything. Oops. Right, let's just trim that off a minute. Don't want a big lump. Right. Okay, so the first thing I've got to do is cut this hole out. These are my really sharp little sewing scissors. So they should do the trick. Just careful not to actually cut my stitches. So there we go. There's my little window. And now what I've got to do is sew this one onto the other side. Now I've got a wonky bit, haven't I? So I've got to make sure that the wonky bits are in the same place. Nope. That's it, I think. So hopefully that will somehow go on there. Oh, hang on, I forgot a step. I've got to have something in the window, and I'm looking at this little white netting to put in between, and I need a little tiny bit, just a little bit. I don't know why. Who knows? Who knows? So we can pop that on there. Is that going to stay there? I don't know. It's probably going to move. It's probably going to move. No, stay there. I could pin it, couldn't I? That might work. Just put a little pin in it to hold it in the right place. Okay, right, are you on? I think it's covering. I'm just going to put one here. And then we're going to pop this over the top. I haven't got it in the right place, have I? And we're going to start here because that's the opposite side to the pin. And hopefully when I do this little stitch, I'm going to do a running stitch, I think. And hopefully that will pick up on the other side as well. That's my plan. I know, I even had a plan. There we go. So how is everybody's black and white Just Because books coming along? I've seen a few. I have seen a few. It's a really fun little project. I do like the no rules stuff. As you can probably guess from my junk journals, you know, unless I have to measure, I don't. Right, I can't go through two at the same time. We're going to have to go backwards and forwards. I'm going to slowly stitch around this because I don't want to rush it. I'll be right back when I've done this, guys. So I've finished that off. As you can see, I'm going to bring it a bit closer so you can see. And I've got my little net in between. So that's like this on the other side. Same, exactly the same. Oh my goodness, guys, look what I just found. Right at the bottom of my box of lace, I found these. How cute are these? I've got loads. Didn't even remember I had them. And I also found some of this, like bubbles on a string. Yes. Obviously didn't dig deep enough when I was looking for my first lot of stuff. Okay, so you are not being used. What I'm thinking now I've found these, is to just put them randomly on here. Let me just cut off the edges. What do you think? Oh, I like them, I like them. I don't know how many to have. Got to have an odd number, haven't you? Is it an odd number? One more. One more. Just because. Just because. They may stretch over to the other side as well. Could have one. Could have them sort of hanging off. Ooh, we're definitely saving that. They'll pop up again. Right, I've got no black thread. I've put white thread into my needle. And this is actually just sewing thread because I haven't got any white embroidery thread. I would use it if I had it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch those on randomly. I'm going to take some of them off and just pop on. What I might do is try not to go through to the other side and just catch it. Just lightly. Not that it matters because it's white. I don't think it's going to show anyway. I need to make that shorter, don't I? I'm going to pop these on. That's basically, I'm just going to do that for the other 4 and pop back. Okay, because you don't want to see me doing the same thing over and over. Hopefully we'll get to finish that page. Okay, I may have got a bit carried away putting those on, but I think they look really super cute. And I might do, when I get some black embroidery thread, I might do some more like little mini flowers in between as well. So I just want to do something on this page so that when you look through the window, there's something. And this is what I've got out to start with, which is just a piece of check fabric. It doesn't really matter which way up it goes. It looks the same both ways. And I found a little clock that I want to put behind there. Oops, not right behind there. You can't see it. And I thought that would look so super cute. So I'm going to sew that all together. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try and sew this onto this piece of paper. This clock face. Now they're both really thin. Well, this is like cardstock, but my fabric is very, very thin. So hopefully it's going to work. I'm going to think what I'll do is I'll come up on the edge and then go down so I can actually see what I'm doing. What do you think? Totally bonkers? I know. I was just going through my stuff and I couldn't find any sort of fabric pieces that had something black and white on. So I went to my little ephemera stash and found some of this. So this is what's going on. Oops, a bit too far there. And I think you can mix paper and fabric. Don't know how long it'll last, but we'll see. We will see. Come on. Coming up from underneath is quite tricky because you don't really know where your needle is. If your card that you're doing this on is quite thick, then I'd recommend, through previous problems I've had sewing with card, I would recommend that you actually poke your holes first, like, you know, like this. And then, you know, you can, obviously more carefully than what I've just done, because I've just gone off the edge. But you know what I mean? Make some little holes first. This is fine because it's not thick. But get your little pokey tool and make yourself a little holes. And if you want them like really uniform as well, you can do that. I obviously don't. I'm just playing with my scraps. Anything black and white is fair game for this book. fabrics, rubbish, you know, then those bits of, what do you call it, like old cotton that's left over when you finish sewing. All that just goes in. I'm going to try and use something of everything that I've got out for this little project. And we will see how it goes. Right, I think one more. No, that'll do. That'll do nicely. It's not going anywhere. It's got plenty of stitches to hold that down. Just tie it off. Okay. So then that will be sewn on there, and I do want to wait until I get some embroidery thread, because what I want to do is like something in each of these little squares. I know. And then when you open that, you can see through. Ta-da! How cute is that? I'm on a mission now. Next time I go to the car boot, I should be looking for some black embroidery thread, white embroidery thread, anything black and white. It's going to be catching my eye, isn't it? I think we're all a bit like that at the moment. I'm just wondering, this gorgeous piece of lace trim, and whether to put it. I don't know. It's a bit big. Whether to put some of this on the edge. I don't know. I'm going to leave that because I've got to go out in a minute. So I don't want to get starting something else. But that will be going on there. I'm not going to pin it or anything. It's not going to go anywhere. It sort of sticks to the felt. Then I'm going to do the front of this. And my idea for this is going to be to just do some embroidery around the edge, maybe. Not sure. I'm sort of thinking. And I've got to do my cover, and this is going to be my cover. I'm going to put this on here, but I want to embellish a bit more as well. So I'm going black, white, grey in mine. I think I've got to have a cat on it, haven't I? So yeah, it's getting chunky already. It's just so squishy. I'm just loving it. Thank you so much, Susan. And I hope that you enjoyed that, and it's maybe given you a bit of, you know, oh, maybe I can do a window. No, have a go, guys. I'm not cutting that bit off. I'm going to let it go. Big thank you to Susan Taylor Brown for this project. It is super fun. I'm loving seeing everybody's Just Because books. And if you've enjoyed it, guys, please hit the like button and do consider subscribing to my channel. I would love that. That would be wonderful. And I'll see you all again for the next page, because we'll do something else. Okay, bye for now.